What's good, my people, and welcome back to Obas Trending Gist, the only channel that brings you the gist before it even becomes a trend. What happens when the person you should be able to trust the most becomes your biggest adversary? We often hear stories of family members stepping up to care for their elders, making immense sacrifices out of love. But today's story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest threat comes from within the family circle itself. This is a story of Ifunanya, a daughter who fought tooth and nail to bring her ailing father, Peter, from Nigeria to the United States for better medical care. She thought the transatlantic journey was the biggest hurdle. She was wrong. The real battle was about to begin, not in a hospital, but in a quiet nursing home, sparked by a secret visit from her own uncle, Gabriel. Ifunanya explained that after her father arrived and was moved to a rehab facility to regain his mobility, she noticed something troubling. Her father was terrified to even stand, haunted by a past trauma. She took precautions, warning the nursing home staff about her family situation and specifically about her uncle. She knew her father was in a fragile state, both physically and psychologically. So let's hear directly from Ifunanya. Just relax and take a watch.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. I want to read Psalm 145, verse 17 and 18, and this is the word of God. The Lord is righteous in everything he does. He is filled with kindness. The Lord is close to all who call on him. Yes, to all who call on him in truth. Amen. So when my dad got back to America, we immediately brought him to the hospital. My mom, my siblings were all there to welcome him, and he was so happy to see us, to be reunited. It was a wonderful thing. When he got to the hospital, they began a series of more treatments and decided after spending almost 1 month in the hospital that it was best that my dad stay in a nursing home / rehab center to gain more mobility in his legs, which he desperately needed. While at the nursing home, we noticed that when the physical therapist would try and get my dad to stand up, he would immediately fall down. I think at one point in time, we counted how many seconds he could stand up, and I think I counted 6 seconds. I later asked my dad, what is going on? Why can't you stand up? Why do you always feel the need to fall? He told me that when he was staying in Enugu, when they would try and get him to stand, they would drop him. And so he had been conditioned to fear standing up. And it resulted in this anxiety for him that anytime he was asked to stand up, he would immediately, without hesitation, fall into his wheelchair or just try and fall in general. While he was in the nursing home, I met with the nurses, I met with his physical therapist, I met with security, I met with the director of nursing, I met with the social workers, and I told them my father is not a regular patient. I explained to them the story and also my fear that Gabriel, IK, would possibly find the whereabouts of my dad, and if that were the case, to call me immediately if you tried to stop by. I never knew that that day would actually come.
The level of vulnerability here is heartbreaking. Her father wasn't just physically weak, he was psychologically traumatized, conditioned to fear the very act of standing. Ifunanya did everything right. She communicated this to every level of staff at the nursing home, from the nurses to security. She established a clear protocol. If her uncle Gabriel shows up, call her immediately. But that protocol failed. Ifunanya's worst fear came true when she received a frantic call that her uncle and his wife, Ami, were not only at the facility but had locked themselves in her father's room. What you are about to see is the raw, emotional confrontation that followed as Ifunanya arrived to find her uncle trying to leave the scene. So just sit back and take a watch.
Just to let you know, I have power of attorney over my father. Just to let you know, I have power over my father. Just to let you know, I have power of attorney over my father. Whatever documents you have had him sign are not legally binding.
I'm not saying anything.
Speak one word. Be quiet.
You see that?
They're not legally binding because we have power of attorney over my father. This is Amy Mukwa and Gabriel Mukwa.
Okay, excuse me.
I'm just trying to.
We'll be directly outside my way.
Thank you very much for insulting me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coming, locking the door. As you can see, there's evidence that the door was closed. Shame on both of you guys.
Okay, have a good day.
Shame on both of you guys.
Okay, you have a wonderful
We
day.
have residents who are trying to recuperate.
Well, we're trying to leave. We're trying to leave.
You
We're
want
not
to have a
one-
discussion?
Are there stairs?
Stairs.
Are there
We're not-
No, the elevator's right
Okay,
here.
we're not the aggressor.
Thank you.
You like my picture? No, it's your boy.
Michael, see the uncle of the year.
Right here. Right here.
So they locked the door and we're having daddy sign something.
There's not going to be anything happening else. There's not going to be
Literally.
Let me
Literally.
go down the line.
No, there's gonna be no 911 because there's no need for 911.
Okay, I'm trying to leave.
You're just gonna go
You're going
home.
your separate
Don't get your ice cream
We are
on
trying
the
to
way
leave.
home. All right.
No one is stopping you. No one is stopping you.
Who is that?
Just here with-
Amy.
Okay, have a good day, guys. Can you stop following me?
You see how you guys messed up your brother?
Yeah, did you see?
Well, you're not
Did
gonna
you
say
see?
anymore.
You're not going to say anymore.
Did you see? Don't worry. No, we're walking. I'm not bothering him. I'm 6 feet away.
Okay. Stay where you are. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna record this so there's no issue.
The nerve of you people. The absolute nerve. Weak and feeble because of you guys. Shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. You've come with documents for him to sign. Yeah, right. Talk to me. I have power of attorney over my father, which has been sealed and legalized and notarized by the U.S. government. Think I'm playing around.
Okay.
Think I'm playing.
Say if you're doing the right thing.
Call me and we'll talk.
No, there's no
Right
calling.
now, I thought we're all family, but you're doing things in the
We have
dark.
family, but I don't want any problems.
But you're doing things in the dark. You locking doors? Or how is that family? How's that family like?
Don't worry. There's security cameras. Don't worry. There's security cameras.
Seems like you guys are doing things in the dark. How are we gonna talk about it?
Shame on you, Amy. Shame on you.
We're not asking
Shame
you
on you,
to do nothing
Gabriel.
at all.
Shame on both of you guys.
Gotta call-
Right now, Amy Mukwa and Gabriel Mukwa. This is them leaving right now. I got a call a few months into my dad's rehab that Gabriel was in the nursing home with his wife, Amy, and they were in my father's room and they've locked the door. When I got that call, myself, my mom, my brothers, we drove to the nursing home and discovered Gabriel, his wife, and my dad in the room. When I opened the door, it looked like Gabriel had a packet of something like documents. I opened the door and I said, "What is going on here? How dare you feel you have the audacity to come into this nursing home and try and visit my dad after all you did under your power of attorney? Oh yeah, by the way, I have power of attorney." He started insulting me, all this craziness, and he was eventually escorted off the premises. Once things died down, myself, my mom, and my siblings, we went back to the room to check on my dad, and we were told by my dad that Gabriel had my dad sign some documents, which he didn't know what he signed. But again, my dad, being very trusting of Gabriel and not really understanding just the role he played, signed it. I was advised to go to the courthouse to put an order of protection against Gabriel for my dad and myself. When I got to the courthouse, I was told that Gabriel, before going to the nursing home, had also put an order of protection against me. And I was like, what? Anywho, We called 911. The police came and reported the incident. My dad said that yes, his brother came. He was so happy to see him. And that he signed some documents, but he doesn't know what he signed. The nursing home had also told me while Gabriel and the wife were in the nursing home, Gabriel kept on looking for nurses to be witnesses of this signature, but none of the staff wanted to be a part of it. And so he left without getting either a notary or a witness to my dad signing these papers. The evil plan of Gabriel was to have a witness see my dad signing those documents and immediately have my dad discharged out of there without my consent or my family knowing about it. Thank God that none of the staffs were witness or wanted to participate in his evil deeds. And I was later, after he was escorted off the premises, the director of nursing gave me his version of his power of attorney. And I looked at the document and found it very interesting. My uncle, for context, was a court officer before he retired. And I saw signatures from notaries from the state of Massachusetts that signed that they witnessed my dad's signature while my dad was in Nigeria. How can a notary that only has jurisdiction in the United States sign and notarize a document when that said person is in Nigeria? The evil and wickedness of men.
Absolutely shocking. Let's break down what we just witnessed. First, the immediate aggression from the uncle telling her niece to shut up, and that vile insult, "Move your ugly out of the way," reveals a level of contempt that goes far beyond a simple family disagreement. Secondly, Ifunanya repeatedly asserts that she has power of attorney. This is a critical legal point. It means she is the designated person to make decisions for her father. For her uncle to have allegedly locked the door and have his vulnerable brother sign legal documents is a direct attempt to usurp that authority, preying on a man who, as we heard, is not in good sound state of mind. And finally, Ifunanya later discovered the full extent of the plan. Her uncle, a retired court officer, had allegedly gotten her father to sign documents while trying to find a nurse to act as a witness. When that failed, he left. Ifunanya was then told that Gabriel had gone to the courthouse to file a protection order against her, a preemptive strike to block her from her own father. She also discovered that the power of attorney document her uncle was using contained fraudulent notary signatures from Massachusetts, supposedly signed while her father was in Nigeria. This has spiraled from a story of a daughter's love into a painful, complex legal battle. Ifunanya is now fighting not just for access to her father, but to protect him from what she described as calculated and evil plot by his own brother to seize control. It is a gut-wrenching situation that raises serious questions about elder abuse, family betrayal, and systems that are supposed to protect our most vulnerable. What do you think? What responsibility does a nursing home have in a situation like this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. For more stories that matters, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We will be following this story as it develops.